Alright, here we go. Absolutely no rules this time. Just random god. And once we're in the semis and the bronze match, we get a best of 3. Best of 5 for the finals. So, in the blue, we got our Zeus player called Dreamless. Who knows who he is? Going straight for the food, of course. Nothing crazy going on. And on the other side, we got our red Loki player, Matt Mikkelsen. Map is Savannah. Usually pretty rich in hunt. Now, this is basic extended edition, so there's no balance mod involved, as there usually would be with Hagrid's tournaments. Let's see what these players find around their base. That's a really nice back gold mine for our Loki player. Will be a bit difficult, I think, for the Zeus to pressure that. But generally speaking, Athena rushes are pretty damn good. Okay, that's actually really nice that the Norse player gets gazelles and baboons in the same place. Now, non-Norse players don't like baboons, okay? They're relatively tanky due to their 20% pierce armor, and they have more HP than like gazelles, so they don't just die in 2 shots. You need like a lot of villagers to focus them, and then you miss some shots, and what you get is they just run away. Yeah, so we got a 5 food, free wood, some early gold here from Mads Mikkelsen, which is completely normal for Norse. You don't really need the super early wood like you do with Greek, because you pay less for your ox cards, especially with Loki. Oh, the back elephants, that's crazy. Wow. Our Zeus player is going to be super happy with this one. That's for sure. Very nice micro, moving the villagers back here so that the gazelle will run away from the villager, closer towards the granary. This is reducing the walk time of the villagers that they have to spend between gathering the food and dropping it off. Makes for more efficient gathering overall. Obviously, the ox cart positions are fine. This one could be over here, I suppose. Have we found any relics? More baboons in the middle of the map, man. That's really bad for the Greek player. They don't like to do that. But then again, 2 elephants kind of make up for it, and then there should be some giraffes over here. A bit of a shame that he didn't explore what else there is. Checking on the build order of the Norse player over here. He's now starting to make some dwarfs. Spy has been cast on this villager over here. So the elephants are now known to Mads Mikkelsen. 3 minutes is approaching, so soon we should be seeing a temple be built. However, at the moment we only see one for the Loki player, so there's gonna be definitely an earlier advance for our Loki, I think. Probably doing with resources. Oh yeah. Definitely. Thing about Norse is you make these dwarves and they save you so much food. Makes for a faster advance time. And those extra few units that you get to make with the faster advance will really help to pressure the Greek player and to be safe against hero harassment. Provided that Dreamless would even go for a hero. I mean, he had to spend a lot of time to walk over here to the elephants. Traditionally speaking, Zeus players or other Greeks actually would also go for the chickens to reduce the villager walking time from the town center to there. Anyway, should be seeing the Athena click in a second. We got 4 Seti from a Loki player, pretty standard. That's a big bunch of giraffes, each with 300 food in them. I'd say that's thick, with 2 Cs. Still no relics. They must be like in this area and in that one. We'll see. Hersier gonna meet Jason. Definitely not a good fight for the Hersier. Jason way more tanky, has more DPS, even though it's obviously reduced. But by the time the Hersier reaches this, he'll be classical, and that means that oh, that was a bit of a housing there. That means that their attack is back to normal. Jason has to retreat. I mean, with the nerf to their classical, okay, cage damage. Sorry, it's not so easy to kill things. Anyway, the Hersier has lowered one of the villager HPs by a lot here, and more are coming in. That housing has been very unfortunate, though. Healing Spring being cast in the safety of the base, of course. Katakos, Katakospos, Kataskopos. Sorry. I found the big gold mine in the back. Such a difficult word. Just call him the scout, I guess. Way easier. Pork blender. Nice pullback, Micro. Storm Mocker, what? Who's Kyle's friend? That's also nice. What are these names today? I'm sure we can get the other one too. What was it? Refreshing beverage something. I forget. Blue friend. One villager killed thus far. Troll should be going down soon enough to that Odysseus. And the hoplites just about able to catch up with these Hersiers as they get hit and as they get these move commands in a group, they actually slow down. So even though they're faster technically by 0.03 speed than the hoplites, if you move around too much, they get the acceleration problem really when they didn't reach their full speed yet because of a new order has been given. So you want to just do a single right click in the distance, preferably one at a time after you've given the group order, and then just leave them alone. Okay, that's too many Hersiers simply for the Greek to take on directly. Restoration is available, although I'm not a giant fan of its being used in such a small scale fight. Very good pullback micro over here on that hoplite. Should die with a good targeting. Okay, there we go with restoration. Gets all of this stuff back to full HP. I actually like this that he waited. And that will push our local player off of Hunt. There's 450 food being wasted, really. Would have liked to see some throwing axemen, but what's standard for Loki players is to just make Hersiers and hope for the Myth unit spawns from the Loki bonus, which can be really beneficial. I mean, you get a bunch of Valkyries, that really hurts these guys. Rapid casting, is that you? Wow, such an honor to have you here. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Love your work, man. We got an archer range, which will be really nice backup for these. Also, the throwing axemen are starting to come out, which means that these archers will gain like double value now. Their only problem is really Hersiers are high speed, right? So they can dodge the arrows pretty easily. Nice engage there and pulling back. Picking off any reinforcements here is obviously really beneficial for the Loki player. With this mobility, they can very easily utilize that. Yeah, one of my first RTS too, actually. Oh, we got a relic here. Anvil of Hephaestus should come in quite useful later. The other one over here, Dwarven Calipers, good for siege cost later down. And yeah, this villager denial here is really great. A bunch of them are kills as well. The troll is being microed on the villagers. It will die pretty fast to the hero focus fire, of course. But yeah, the Loki player getting very low on the HP of some of these Hersiers has to retreat at this point. Further units being rallied down the middle. And this goldmine is starting to run dangerously low, 9-minute mark, pretty standard stuff again. We'll have to move here, but the scout is already there to see all this stuff. I wish the observer mode worked correctly for changing the vision of the players. We can't really check if Blue has scouted this because it kind of mixes up the two players sometimes. But yeah, they should be aware, if I'm correct. I think the bugs are more about seeing what has been built rather than what has been scouted. So, like, you know, he knows that the town center is here, but the game doesn't show that correctly at the moment. Anyhow, House is being targeted here. Great choice that houses Mads Mikkelsen over here. And now Dreamless knows where the gold gatherers are. Further villager kills though. We're currently at 5 villager kills. Pretty good. Could be a bit higher. Like, he needs to keep tabs really on this army over here. And maybe if he knew that they are here, he could have flanked this entire thing. And together with the throwing axemen should be able to take this on, especially if the dwarves are involved in the fight. I mean, they're pretty tanky, considering that they're civilian units. Especially on these unupgraded hoplites, they should be able to do some damage. So he's getting wrecked. Hammer to the face. Big push though in the middle. Oh my goodness, tower's still not upgraded. There's no wall pieces or houses around it, so it's going to be really difficult to defend here, especially with most of the Hersier army being out on the map trying to kill some villagers, which they are going to do. But what happens at home? Those are some great traits for a Greek player, although currently we're only looking at 12 to 15 kills. Should really turn around and kill these units. Get the value he needs. So far, resource-wise, it is better for Dreamless. Hoplites are cheaper than Earthseers. One house is missing for our Norse player, actually. When has that happened? Really needs to remake that as soon as possible. More valuable than a single throwing axeman in the fights, but the dwarves should have really helped out in this fight. I don't see the Norse player being able to keep this up for too long. Zeus is retreating, probably looking to catch these in the middle of the map. Oh, actually really good surround. I would like to see a bunch of longhouses being thrown down so the Greek can't retreat like this. Jason should die, which is a big bunch of the HP pool in this. And with the Einherjar special attack, this army is getting a mini flaming weapons now. Quite a big boost over there. Wow. If we get a single Myth unit spawn here, that would change the tides. But, oh, there's a Valkyrie. A bit late, though, really. Still forces a retreat. We should be seeing a Jason being remade shortly. Where is he? Why is he not making Jason? Really gonna make Jason. The TC is actually completely idle. Dreamless very low on resources. Meanwhile, our Norse player is gathering from the gold mine again, but there's no ox cart to be seen. Needs to move on from wood or something. Anything, really. Just not this. That income is just insufficient, and our Greek player regrouping again, up 95 population to 75. Jesus. Pushing across the map now. There's really nothing to stop this. Tower can't be upgraded. I mean, seriously, you don't have a drop-off, man. You're walking back to your town center. That takes ages. Same here. Oh, if our Greek player finds this out, this game will be over very quick. And it is a best of one in the Smurf tournament, so... definitely not a pleasant experience for our Norse player. Has kept a single Hersier here, but it's really not going to do much unless it gets a lucky Myth unit spawn. Then it would push all these guys off of gold. Happens to be moving out at the wrong time as well. Oh, what? Why would he... Okay. But now he doesn't have any income, so... needs to be making trolls, which he is doing. Would have liked to see that a bit earlier, to be honest. Like, they're pretty strong archers. As long as there's no Odysseus focus firing them and Jason isn't too healthy, they should be doing a lot of work. I would have loved to see that earlier. There have been a lot of kills throughout the game, and there was definitely enough favor. Should join up with this raider group instead of trying to raid now. Would like to see some cav units as well. Oh, this dwarf is stuck in the gold mine, jeez. Oh my god! This could be brutal. Definitely gonna lose the Ox Guard and a few of these dwarves. Oh my god, he's going the wrong way as well. The hoplites are way faster than the dwarves, so they're gonna kill everything. Even the Toxolis are faster. Should spread them out a bit and occupy the healing spring. In the meantime, to gain a few hit points, Perseus and the Valkyrie pressuring the Woodlines, really not getting too much done. One of the Hersiers died there. 8 villager kills, 210 now. Pretty much everything is in favor of Dreamless so far. There is an Ox Guard there now, finally, but is it gonna be enough? I mean, that's a lot of trolls. Maybe, you know, I think our local player is surviving this. Stabilizing. It's really a miracle, to be honest. Needs to remake those Ox Guards. Jeez, make your Ox Guards. I guess you could say he's trolling. No, they're really good units. Also upgraded with the Hammer Troll thing, which is giving them plus 50 HP, more pierce attack, and line of sight. Great, great upgrade. Oh my goodness, not paying attention and is gonna get caught in the back here. Now trolls have decent armor and they have some lifesteal, so they are gonna be able to withstand this for a moment and hopefully get back to the healing spring over there to regain their HP pretty quick. They have been buffed in the extended editions, so I mean the healing spring has been buffed. So that's gonna give like 4 HP per second, I believe, when you're idle. But as with all healing, there's a 10% modifier, or a 0.1 multiplier rather, when you're moving or doing anything. So that turns into 0.4 pretty quick. I'm not sure why he's not using the healing spring now. Really doesn't need to protect this wall too much. But yeah, he's still long distance mining with the dwarves. Not great. And yeah, whoever's on the RTS Sanctuary account is right. The walls have been very late. We actually didn't see any house walling around the towers, except this one. And we didn't see upgraded towers, which is generally a standard response to the Athena pressure. Oh, that's good. That's actually really good. Why is that healing mechanic in the game? Because Ensemble, I don't think they like the idea of units being healed in combat and the heavy micro requirements that would have. It seems that their game design direction is much more around economy management. So where games like StarCraft would put a lot of emphasis on unit micro and splitting and all that stuff, Age of Mythology and Age of Empires focuses a lot on economic macro, making sure that you have the correct amount of villagers on each resource, moving it between them all the time, making sure that you have efficient placements of farms and drop-off sites. That's where a lot of the APM goes. And unit micro is way more basic. It's focus fire, it's pullback micro. What else do you have? Besides that, there's really not too much. There's a minor amount of splitting. Like you got the Nidhogg, for example, for Loki here later down the game, which does some nice splash damage. So that might cause some splitting on the archers or villagers. But yeah, most players are not used to that kind of micro. Okay, this game has somehow stabilized, but these dwarves are still long distance mining. I'm gonna cry, I think. Please. Please do something about it. that's gonna be for a third town center over here. We should also be seeing Heroic Age soon enough. Needs to drop out some gold, I suppose. Wait, what? Oh, all the 300 gold has been spent on the town center. That's actually very interesting. He's coming over here to mine the Zeus player's mine. Okay. Why not? Yeah. Let's do that. Fine. Oh my god. We should be seeing a pretty quick mythic here from our Loki player. With the 2 temples already up and Tourist Room being researched, I could be seeing a fast tier and then mass wolves. Check the armor upgrades. I mean, I do select the units sometimes. You can see it here. So we got shield and medium upgrades. We don't have medium infantry for the Greek player, and we have 0 armory upgrades, but we do have medium archers, which is the core of the army at this point, really. Would they survive the flaming weapons? Maybe. It really depends on how well the heroes are being microed. There's also no bolt to use on the battle board, so keep that in mind, I guess. A lot of production will be necessary to outdo this. Oh, heavy infantry actually now for the throwing axeman is ready. They got quite a bit of DPS now. Especially when targeting hoplites, it's gonna be like plus 175%. And we got Dionysus finishing up. So bronze should be decent at countering flaming weapons. It's all about the reinforcements, really. Flaming weapons does last on the reinforcements, but bronze only lasts on the targeted units. So that's the advantage to see there. Would really love to see the third hero being made, especially now that in the extended edition it has a mixed cost. Although with the current resource spread of Dreamless, that's actually a nerf. You can't make Heracles. That's unfortunate. Battle Boars? No? No Battle Boars. Let's look at the production tab, I guess, in the meantime. Both armies are heavily out of position of each other. Heavy infantry is done, meanwhile, for Dreamless. Both players now have 3 town centers. This gold mine is completely denied there. Awesome job. Battleboard being targeted. Could get a kill there and run away. That's good. Run away. And this could make for a pretty good surround over here. Oh my god. Especially if the Battleboard can get into the center of this composition. Now do the special. Oh my god. That was such a good spread. And now, suddenly surface area becomes a really good thing for these Herstiers. Unless they start to chase these hoplites in the back, of course. They need to target down the archers, which are the source of the DPS. But the trolls and the throwing axemen doing a really good job. This flaming weapons is really brutal. Bronze is not gonna last much longer because the units that had been cast with bronze, they died. Just the archers now. And these trolls are so numerous right now. We got a Heracles, but he's gonna die real fast to these to this focus fire from the throwing axeman. Oh god. They're actually good enough to break through the armor of the heavy Toxotes here. Even though they got copper mail. But meanwhile, bronze shields has been researched for our local player. He's also got bronze weapons. Okay, no talk of a fast mythic here, I suppose. It's just full-on heroic age pressure. Flaming weapons has expired. Bronze is lasting a little longer for these units, but it's so few of them, really. Jim is really struggling to maintain population. Really struggling to take out all of these trolls. And more battle boars are flooding in. I think that might be the end for this TC. No fortified PC for either side. Yeah, Dreamless really needed way more guys on foot to afford that. But the wood lines are being hurt here. trolls are actually healthy enough in this state to almost out-heal the damage with their lifesteal. Awesome. Needs to focus down these villagers trying to repair, but once there's 2 battle boards attacking the TC, it really isn't gonna matter. Odysseus has to retreat? Okay. Could have popped him in and out of the town center. The garrison micro in the game is actually very, very good. That's something that I think people don't utilize enough. But yeah, with this town center down, suddenly the population advantage of Mads Mikkelsen is getting really good. 145 to 76, that's nearly double. When it comes to the army size, I think we should be seeing like, 20 to 73 population, that's crazy. When it comes to kills, it's 180 something versus just about 90. 43 villagers killed. Okay, I think this is game. The hill fort is just the icing on the cake. Town center should be focused up by the Hersier. There's 3 of them, so they can finish this super quick. And then we can see a 45 town center maybe. Yep, there it is. It should catapult him up right to 180 population. Crazy. 1 battle ball falls. Yeah, the 1 hoplite not enough to deny this, even though they got bonus damage versus buildings. And we should be seeing 180 pop any moment when this finishes. Should be seeing H4 any moment as well, because the resources are there. And there we go with 180 pop. Some Huskarls have been added to the army, I really like that. Especially with heavy upgrades and all the bronze upgrades. That's going to be a really potent force here. Just needs to shift click him on the archers. Where is Mythic Age, man? Oh, he sent a Hersier here to make the market. There's actually no market. That's why they're... Yep. No market, no Mythic Age, guys. In case you didn't know. That's a lot of battle boars. That's a lot of trolls. And that's very few heroes. Good garrison over there. Needs to micro that Odysseus quickly if he wants to survive. It's gonna be difficult. There's also no tower upgrades yet, so they can't shoot. The Huskars are just straight up better than hoplites at this stage with all these upgrades. It's kind of crazy. And Dreamless does resign, doesn't even wait for that Mythic Age to happen. Although it still didn't start, but the market has. Anyway, Mads Mikkelsen moves on to round 2. And his opponent is gonna be... someone called UIG, I guess? I'm not sure how I would pronounce that. Buij? That's just a weird name, man. Weird name. Okay, I'll host the next one.